It's good to have friends like Ajay, as you saw. I mean, if my parents were here, my mother would be delighted and my father would not believe you. So, I would like to share a few thoughts with you briefly. It is really a pleasure to be back here in New York and an honor to be receiving this prestigious award from such a respected organization in the field of international affairs. You may not be aware that today is an historic date because it marks the day that in 1774, the British King, George III, outlawed the use of Boston's port for international trade, following the famous insurrection by colonists in the city. Well, I am certainly not going to advocate the closure of any port tonight, especially ahead of Brexit. On the contrary, I would like to emphasize the benefits of open relationships between countries and how the current climate of uncertainty makes cooperation more important than ever. As I look at global developments from my perspective of my colleagues in the UK or my family in Portugal, I see a mixed picture. On the one hand, the global economy is growing at a reasonable pace, around 3.5%, and living standards are, on the whole, on the rise. But on the other hand, our future is clouded with uncertainty. In the UK, it is particularly hard to see beyond what has been a prolonged period of uncertainty over the question of our future relationship with the European Union. However, I believe that pivotal moments like this require us not to retreat from our responsibilities, but to rise to them. Institutions like ours have a vital role to play in providing stability through these turbulent times. That is why earlier this year, Lloyds Bank has publicly committed to lending up to £18 billion to businesses across the UK, ensuring that they receive the financial support and expert guidance they need to navigate through the years ahead. We continue to work with businesses, large and small, to seek export opportunities, emphasizing that international trade is an important step not only for the UK economy, but for the growth of a business. Through these initiatives, we are sending a message that will be by the side of British businesses, whatever the future holds. Benjamin Franklin famously said, "No nation was ever ruined by trade." But as we know, trade and technological development have not always benefited all parts of society equally. For this reason, Lloyds has made it our purpose, as Ajay said, to help Britain prosper. We want to enable customers, business and potential investors to access the financial solutions they need to grow, but also to accommodate for those who may feel they have lost out from developments in the global economy. This conviction drives our continued support to our 4 charitable foundations, which provide grants for great causes that benefit local communities across the UK. It was also why we set up our Scholars Programme, a social mobility program that partners with the UK's top universities to help students from low-income backgrounds through higher education. These 2 examples are just to demonstrate that our purpose must be at the heart of everything we do, because I do believe that purpose must always come before profit if a company is to succeed for its customers and its employees. The Financial Policy Association is an organization that prides itself on internationalism, education, and inclusion. So I hope that all guests here today, as those shaping the global affairs discourse, will join us in advocating for a global community built on trust, trade, and friendship, but also on a belief that no one should be left behind. Thank you, and my thanks again for this prestigious award.